You can hear me now? Hello, Koreani. Thank you for telling me. It would take a long time to figure out. How are you doing? So here we will not print something. Here we will send data. What is this? This is the client and the server. So when the people, right now I want to implement that if the player connects to the server via the client, the server will send its data to the player on the client. Yesterday I was set up this one. This is like the connection. So you already rent server. No, on Amazon you can testing for free, and you also can testing server clients on your own. You can host it on your home IP with like any port. So I can start the server from Godot, and then I can connect to it easily via the client I have here. So you don't need to rent a server for that yet, which is very helpful. So it's not using money for learning. So now I want to send this data to... So now I will say, can I say a child? Child? We'll not send the ID here, we'll send player data. And then we say add child player data dot instantiate. And then we will say, oh no, we will say firstly we will say variable player datas equals this one. Then we will say variable player resources equals, I'll call this player world and player data. This is more like player world. And we say player data dot copy. What was the name for that duplicate? This one. And then we say player world dot player data equals player data add child player world. Save, copy this. We need exactly the same code on the server. This one. And here we call it, but only on the ID of the server. And in the global data of this server, wait, this is a client. This is the server. Okay, global data. We have a unique resource, and we also need this one, test resource scene. And now we will send both over here. We need player world and player data. So we say global data dot test resource scene and global data, this one. So save, and we start the server, and in the moment we start the client, press on connect, base encoded object as ID. Wait. Okay, this I have to figure out now. Encoded object as ID, which holds a reference to the internal identifier of an object instance as given by object.getInstance ID. This ID can be used to retrieve the object instance with global scope. Class is used internally by the editor, inspector, and script debugger, but can also be used in plugins to pass and display objects as their IDs. We retrieved via thank you for following. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. I need an instance. So I have to call this ID. So rather than instantiate, I have to say player world this way. Then I think, let's see. Server, the server I also need to restart. Script, close the docs. This here, save, start the client, start the server. One client we can close, connect. Cannot convert argument 1 from object to int. Hä? This then has to be this then. I'm still learning this. So start the client, connect. Base encoded object as ID. Same then. This. one, but with player data. I have to do the same. So I'll copy this now. Replace this, start this one, close, connect, car function, duplicate in base, null instance. So this is also null. It can then be used to retrieve the object instance with okay. So it's actually that what I did. I get the object ID here. Get instance ID. Start. But player world is this now. Okay, so this worked. Encoded object as ID. Okay, copy this over, start. Start a client. Error. So I got encoded object also. So this instance doesn't make sense. It doesn't change anything. At least not for the player data. Okay, what is the player data then? So I'll just print it here. Look who's there, Mr. Bucket. Hello, Mr. Bucket. How are you doing? So I just comment for now. Copy. Paste. Great, that's great. So stop, start, and also stop and start here. So we have a client, connect. Invalid type in function add child and base control. The object derived class of argument 1. Encoded object as ID is not the subclass of the expected argument. Okay, but I want to know what did you print. It's an encoded object as ID. So how I make an encoded object as ID to be an object? How to convert an encoded object as ID to an object. A pattern called boxing. Boxing is when you put a primitive value like an int into an object. Here, star is starring reference. If you want it to store the object, and so you need to specify the second parameter. GDScript object on the script. Furthermore, that means the mechanism might load code, potential code injection, or potential modding hook. Okay. Latest documentation. Here's the same. The ID can then be used to retrieve saved in this and can be used to retrieve. Did I have to say global scope before? I do not have a clue. Nope. It works without that. Yes. No more errors with the player controller. Yes. At least, just this one. Output, encoded object as ID. So let's check this one. This is only an object ID. Oh, so what if I say here, dot Player world ist 0. Object ist 0. The ID is get instance ID. But get instance ID is called on global scope. But what I have is an encoded object as ID. The object instance can be retrieved via also why. What do you think of low poly? Low poly, it's a, I mean, type of art style. It's nice, but sometimes it's, I mean, it's nice. When the gameplay is good, then poly is also, when it's matching with the gameplay, it's nice. There are some people out there that they hate it, but for me it's acceptable. I mean, it's good. GDScript. What else could I do? Just see why it doesn't show my YouTube sub goal count. The website down. Nope, it's actually showing here. Just not loading. Can I reload it somewhere? Ah, no. Okay, just reload. So here we go. Player world instance. I got this one. I got this as an encoded object as ID. Why ever encoded object as ID. it's not working this way. Firstly, I'll delete all of this one. I'll just print them as long as I have a proper way to can use them. So here, start this one and start the server, restart. Perfect. Still an encoded object. How to transfer objects via an RPC in Godot. Oh, it's not wanted. Oh, so I have to do it in a different way. Okay. Start. Okay. It looks like that I can't send data to the player. So the other way around is that I have to add the data to the client from the server. And not like I tried to do before. So here I'll send over the ID. Only the ID. And somehow... Wait, I have to check something. First I do pass. I have to check how the server looks like after a client is connecting. Successfully connect. So this is the client. But there's no child. Where? So what's the proper way then? I don't need to call an RPC then. So I got the ID. Firstly, pass. Create a world in A suitable method. Okay. Just was reading something. Okay. So let's do it this way. Firstly, we will create a world. We don't need to call it as RPC. Just send over the ID. We just call it this way. So we will create the world. This is by we'll get this one dot instantiate. Then we say new world, new and not resource. What? Set that. Set network owner. Okay, now, I mean, let's just testing this. Oh wait, it will not work. I got this error because yeah, the problem is I don't have this one here. Thinking right now if I also have to store the whole global data here also. I mean, it works now. When on client side, say this spawn player is like nothing because I also called only on server side, but I'm not sure if that is the right way to do. It feels like it's not clean code. So what if I say world data, then I send over this here, I say delete this one, I just say this here, and I don't call it as spawn player, I call it as this way. Okay, save. I'll copy this over to the client. Name and any on the client it sends the function name and arguments to the server. want to have the same function name and so additional information. Okay. Okay, I also can send different. So it's normal to do like this. I understand it right. Wait, what did I do? Okay, I just close it. Close docs. Hello, Dafa Pudra. Welcome. How are you doing? So, RPCs I can use on both sides, but I don't need to... I don't even need to send the same data. So the functionality of them can be differently also. So on one side I can send this type of data. On the other side I could send the other type of data, what is maybe not necessary on the client side, but would be necessary on the server side, if I understand it right. So for the server side, I will add a child, but for the client side, I don't need to add a child. So when I try to connect, the server is not online. Oh, it is. So I'll start the server. And I'll try to log in. Connect successfully. So we have, this is the client. We should have a child here now. Debug. PC spawn player on yourself is not allowed by selected mode. Yes, because I also have to say call local. Yes, now it's working. When I go online with the other client. Wait. Okay, right now it will add a node for every, which shouldn't be the case. So somehow I have to check the ID. And whenever the player disconnects, it also should delete this world. In best case, it will overwrite the file. So when the player connects to the server, somehow I have to move the player from the client to change the scene to this world then. Other side. Scene switch. To think. So I have the notes. So what can I set? Is that for multiplayer directly? Filter some functions. I think this is stored in, yes, it's stored in Node. remove child, repair RPC config, RPC ID. Set the node's multiplayer authority to the peer with the given peer ID. Authority is the peer that has authority over the node on the network. Useful in conjunction with RPC. Okay, this is not what I need. Multiplayer. What can I get here? Let's say multiplayer dot. Okay, here I add the word of the player. RPC. So we will send it over to the player here. And here at the player side, we will say so to backed to well backed. Series say Instance from ID. World data dot get instance ID. Such help, this one. Get instance ID. There's one mistake on server side. Here we say get child. We will give this firstly a name. So we say variable new world equals instantiate this way. Then we say new world dot name equals ID. Then we say new world. Here we say new world dot get instance. No, get. I have to got this child by names. Oh, get a node. This one. Start the server, stop the client, start the client. I'll be right back for some. And nothing is happening here. So let's check. This is still the scene, so this is not happening. My ID is never used in the function spawn player. Okay, doesn't matter. And here. So, instantiate in base node 2D. Non-existing function instantiate in node 2D. Oh, I already instantiated here. This is actually not necessary. So the only thing what I need to say is this one. And even this is not necessary, so the only thing what I need to do is this one. And this one. Stop, start the server again. Stop, start the client again. I'm right back for everyone. Connect. Okay, error. Spawn player can't change to a null scene. Use unload current scene if you wish to unload it. Okay, so this is null. World print. So here on this side, print world data first. Start. So let's see what we'll get. Encoded object as ID. Like I thought. So this way then. When the instance from ID cannot convert argument 1 from object to int. This is an object. Okay, I'll try something else. Send the ID over. Not string str ID. Then we say get instance ID. This one. And then we go over to the script of here, and then we say world data or instance from ID this way. Right. Error. Can't change to a null scene. Use unknown. Okay. So at least this is not empty anymore. But why it's a null scene? Somehow I need to load this world, which I've created on server side, on client side. I just thought it's a bit easier than this, but I think I'm wrong. I have to set the ownership to the client. Did I miss something? Server? This isn't the server. This is the server, so we'll go to this scene. Multiplayer synchron from the browser to the remote peer. What can I set here? Script visibility test resource scene. Okay, not that what I want. Go set and okay. Ah, okay, so it was set multiplayer authority. So after this one, on server side, here, I have to say dot authority, multiplayer authority, and then I say ID, and then I say true. So then I should change the ownership from the server to the client, hopefully. So I'll test this, I'll start this one and I'll start the client. Connect. Still the same error. So now let's try it again. Okay, stop, start. There's nothing. Dot. Doesn't make sense. Mm. From ID. What if I say also doesn't work? As it is null. Firstly, I'll say run multiple instances, not necessary anymore right now. So I don't got two windows open every time. So server side I have to change something. Yeah. Add child, world data, this is working. Yes, this is working. This is the player's world. Now I want this world. Cannot convert argument 1 from object to int. Yes, like expected. And because it isn't an object, it's an encoded object. Hmm.
OK Herbal ใช้ง่ายแค่สระกลิ่นไม่ฉุนปิดผมขาวได้สนิทดูเป็นธรรมชาติเปลี่ยนลุคให้ดูสาวขึ้นด้วย OK Herbal สิคะปิดผมขาวง่ายๆไม่แห้งเสีย OK Herbal
Hello everybody, Mike here at Game From Scratch. With the brief hiatus of summer being over and Godot 3.1 taking form, today we are resuming the... Remember that. So when someone connects, we print it out. When someone disconnects, we print it out. And I think that's it for our server. So in theory, we should be able to run our server. After I save it, so server. Excuse me. Alright, not the most exciting thing you've ever seen, but there our server is now theoretically running. Let's go and run our other. So now we need to make our client. So fire up another copy of Godot. Once again, I'm all doing this entirely local computer using 1.7 loopback, just because it's a lot easier to demonstrate. Demonstrating networking over a screen capture is tricky otherwise. So now we're going to go ahead and create another new project. Throw this one in client YT. This guy. All right.
เชื่อไหมครับผมดูหนุ่มขึ้นได้ภายใน15นาทีด้วยแชมพูปิดผมขาวโอเค
Just need to check something in the tutorial.
So let's go back over here. We'll update our wonderful user interface. So we're going to go ahead and add a new child called a line edit. Basically a text box. Add that into our world. This is the data we're going to send. I will call this text. Coded it down to cool and handy stuff you need to do with multiplayer, such as sending bytes. So this function, multiplayer, which is an instance of multiplayer API, which is an abstraction of cool and handy stuff you need to do with multiplayer, such as sending bytes. So this function will send the data across to the server, or sorry, to the client. So all you need to do is wire that guy up here. Go ahead. We will call it. So this is the when a connection occurs. So far we've only wired up connection. It's called label. So there we go. They'll multi-packet. So the packet was. And I already did this. I did something wrong. That's a set. Work. Sure. Didn't the user and I'll say how no to the client. So again, this is a very, very simple example, but you are seeing two Godot made basically shut down this guy. I'm going to create a brand new product, nice logical way to think about the demo. The other control movement on the other guy, and you can update it back on the original. And that's about all you're going to try and accomplish here. First thing we're going to need to do is create a log. A player connects to the server. When the player connects to the server, you notice an ID is passed in. This is the same ID.
A child game. So I instantiate a game scene.
In the previous example, this is a way of uniquely identifying a client on the network. And the ongoing script levels.gd. Okay, so now we got to implement this guy. First, if you had multiple players, obviously you would just create this as. So you see here is basically basically when the game starts, when someone connects to us, the network peer connected event will fire, we save their ID, and then this is critical, basically, and this will fire on both machines. What we've done here is we preloaded game.tsn, a scene we're about to make in a few seconds. We then attach it to the root and make it the active scene, and we hide the lobby. So pretty straightforward. Basically, when a peer connects, we automatically start the game up. Now, let's go back and handle those buttons. So over to 2D, on host press, node, and press. When we host our network, exact same thing we did earlier on. Basically, we create the join button, and here is earlier on. We're going to go ahead and we're doing a create client instead of a create. Should, in theory, seen that we like this, and let's go back to it. Game. That is what, when our player connects, the one that we're going to switch to is the game scene that we just created. And hopefully this error message will go away now that that is there. I don't know how long that's going to take, but we should be good to go. So let's test things out. So we're going to need, and this is where networking kind of gets kind of crap. What we need to do is build an executable version to run as either the client or the server, because you can't easily have two instances of Godot running the same application without it getting a little pissy. So we're going to have to go ahead and build this. I haven't actually done that. My X though now, so I'll bring this guy up here. Head on back over here, and we've got our other instance. So I'm going to create server over here now. So we're waiting on hosting network. You can see right there. So now our client is going to connect to the server, and boom, we've just loaded up our game. Shut this down. In game, in fact, to the script is creating our game. So game over here, there's no bit of stinger now. Either the client or the
Where did he change the scene?
server, because you can't. I would have done this a bit. You compile my X. So there's but is cool ID. So this is a 2D. Oops, I really. Let's get rid of. All right, so our code is in. I will come back and look at it in just a second. Let's make sure that everything is working. So first, we're gonna go back over. Have two instances. This one will be our host. It's kind of important to be the host for the one that you're running from the debugger if you want to see the output results. And here we'll join the game. So there, what you see is not what I wanted. Okay, so this one works. We can see our end result. This guy, the West, that we're using. So on the other person's computer, and then over here, same deal. So, you get object gene, and here basically move it.
Okay, I ever was at this point. In another project. On host trust, add player. Objects to handle depending on the peer itself, the monitor will become a network server. Set root node's network mode to authority. What will become a regular client peer? All child nodes are set to inherit network mode by default. Handling of networking related events, connecting, disconnecting new clients is done by connecting to this. Of a new configuration for the given object. This method is used internally by scene sheet to configure the root path. And implement the mechanism. Based on the client ID, retrieve informations about the client's world. Yeah. Thing I'm thinking wrong. Send the video of my progress so far in the Discord server. Oh, nice. Just check it out. Oh, nice movement. It's smooth. Is the gravity not a bit too weak? But it's nice. Colored objects become draggable. You didn't show the drag option. But nice. Nice progress. How long you work on it? I'll be right back. Awesome. So I connect here to the server successfully.
In this Godot multiplayer tutorial, I'll teach you how you can spawn players into the map so that the now 40 players can no duplicates and play only the Kindle. We also want camera on pro one armor. Our other played as we copied it from the player scene, but a lot of this code is not necessary for the spawned in players. In fact, if we were to leave this here, we'll see both players move at the same time when we're moving our own character, which is the last thing we want. So under the player here, I'm going to be removing the script with the delete script button right there, and at the same time I'll rename this. Oh, if it wants to cooperate, I'll rename this to player template so I have more indications whenever I'm in the right on the layer into that. Add a script from some code in the next couple of the spawn in that have the of actually this client, that is the player ID of the player that actually logged in, because we got that player ID from the return verification results, which would be for any player logging in. So that's an important thing there. These two connections are made to the map scene. So we are pushing these functions forward to the map scene because the map has to be spawning them in. So that's a logical place to put the code.
Okay, somewhere.
Spawn new player and the despawn player, which needs to be programmed on the interface on the other side, on the client. So switching to the client, we now have two new functions. We have the spawn new player and the despawn new player. The spawn new player receives the player ID and the spawn location, and the despawn player also receives that player ID. That player ID is not the ID of actually this client. That is the player ID of the player that actually logged in, because we got that player ID from the return verification results.
Okay.
For any player logging in. So that's an important thing there.
these two connections are made to the map scene. So we are pushing these functions forward to the map scene because the map has to be spawning them in. So that's a logical place to put the code. So going back to the actual map scene right here, I've added a new script on the top. And this is pretty much all I'm doing currently, because this is of course still a very simplistic game, only to demonstrate these multiplayer functions to you. I'm preloading on the top that player template scene that we've just made. Then I have the function new spawn new player and the function despawn player.
Instance add child, yeah, okay.
With new spawn player, we're first gonna ID of the players.
Okay,
Sort of.
got a lot from for the whole project 1 to 2 days. Got a lot from other projects I used to learn. Okay, okay. But nice progress in 2 days. What kind of game it will be later on?
So whenever the player ID of the player that's logging in is the same as this client's pair ID, then we know we have to pass. We have to let it go. We don't have to do anything because that's ourselves logging in. In any other circumstances that's not equal, it means that it's another player logging in. We create a new instance of hard. Do that. The game's hit press on this client and log in with this player account that I've created for this demo. I'll drag this window over here. Then I'll go down and open up another Godot instance. I'll open up another client. And with this client, I'll hit play as well. We'll make that smaller, we'll make that smaller. And now you can see whether the player is gonna be logging in there. Of course, I have to make use of a different user and I'll log in. Now, as you can see, we have an issue because right here we got the second player with the red hat spawning in, and we can walk around here and well, have fun, and we'll bump into this player because we set those collision layers. But right here we don't actually have that second player. The person with the, well, let's say brown hat is of course the player itself now. They're not in exactly the same location because I've changed the spawn location right here hard-coded, so that's why their location is not in sync. That's expected. But the problem is we don't see the other player. So that's the elephant in the room. Let's address that. Right now, this player is already logged in and it's listening for any other player logging in. But the moment we actually make a login, we also have to retrieve all the players that have already logged in before us.
Okay.
The game world. And we're not doing that right now. In order for us to do that, we'll need the world state. We need a list of all the players with their positions and all the other stuff. And that's pretty much where we already get into how are we going to build this world state, which is probably the next tutorial. So right now, we're not going to do that in this tutorial, but it is why you see these differences and it indicates what we're going to be doing in the future. We have similar issues because when we put where they're here, this where that on the other player doesn't die and this player can kill it as well. Ability character, which is the lasting one. So on the of course the bump server will
I just listened to a
so we don't need any
tutorial at the moment because I need to understand how the spawning functions is working.
When we have to spawn a player is of course the game server when another player is actually making a connection to the server. So I'm right here on the game server in the network architecture and I'm on the main game server script, which is the interface with the player. Right here we have, well, when I pair disconnects to start with, we are pretty sure we have to despawn a player at that point. And also when we have the verification result that we're sending off to the player, we can also say that, well, okay, if we have a positive verification result on the token level, which is the last step in logging in, then we're pretty sure that we need to spawn a new player.
Okay.
Now we don't have a player location yet, as we don't have any world state or player state from the other players yet. So for now, I've hard-coded in this vector, which we'll replace in a future tutorial with a player position that actually comes from the server. So that's for later. For now, hard-coded.
Okay.
So that means that we're gonna have two functions: the spawn new player and and the despawn player, which needs to be programmed on the interface on the other side, on the client. So, switching to the client, we now have two new functions. We have the spawn new player and the despawn new player.
This is a player client.
And the spawn location, and the despawn player also receives that player ID. That player ID is not the ID of actually this client. That is the player ID of the player that actually logged in.
Okay, but and as I understand it, this is on client side. But he's acting here like that. Where's the map stored? Is the map on the client side? Because if the map is on client side, it doesn't make sense for me. Hello, Abo. In my game, you collect good fruits that fall from clouds and sort the bad ones into the composter. Good ones into a basket, etc. Ah, nice. Sounds fun. Is it like a idle game? But I am also thinking about whether instead of fruits there are likes and followers that you collect in order to be known. Sounds like a kind of idle game. Don't know what direction I choose. I think with the fruits is also a nice idea. Maybe you could do it in a way like a cookie clicker do. That firstly you are alone to collect these fruits, and maybe later on you are able to spawn like NPCs which will help you to collect them, or like adding some objects like big baskets which will collect the fruits which falling down by self, or like with like a kind of filter system with the composter, something like this maybe. But you're still controlling this one guy. There are also more and more fruits falling from the sky which you have to kind of sort. In an idle way, maybe. Maybe it's fun. Did you understand the multiplayer thingy and the RPC? Yes, I do. And this is actually already working. But right now, I'm a bit too stupid to understand. I'm following this here right now.
Player, and also start with, we are right here, we on the main right here server. Now the only place
So-
to know when we have to spawn a player, and I'm only have these that we're saying location. So with player, the functions or ID.
So at this point, this is the code. I'll make Discord today or tomorrow and I'll send you my progress. My game. Can't wait to see it. And always keep me updated. I always watching the regularly. So spawn new player, despawn. I don't understand this one. Get node and then go backwards one, also dots dots. This seems like for me. Please saying when I want to make online multiplayer game, I will watch this tutorial. Maybe you shouldn't because it's already outdated. There are some newer ones. I just want to check this one because he's talking about spawning, and this is the point where I'm stuck right now. And as you can see, the code is actually wrong. Here he say remote function, and at Godot now you have to call it as an RPC. There are a few things which is a bit outdated. I just try to understand the logic behind. Maybe I could share another videos if I found it again, which I was. There are a few videos what I'm watching for this one. Maybe I also implement a host and join system. Yeah, it could be fun when you can play this game in co-op and then similar to like I do not know Bloons Tower Defense, if you know it. They can also host a game and can play one map together. And this would also match to your game if it's like an round-based competitive, how far we can get together game. Could be fun. Godot for did you spawn clients and server? Okay, I'll try something. This is the server? Yes, this is the server. Spawner. Automatically replicates spawnable nodes from the authority to other multiplayer peers. Spawn path. Wait. Multiplayer spawner. Replicate spawnable nodes from the authority to spawn to other multiplayer. Spawnable scenes can be configured in the edited or through code. The add also supports custom node spawns through spawn callings. Multiplayer blah blah blah. To notify spawns passing the spawned node as the object and wait. To notify spawns passing the spawn node as the object and itself as the configuration. And multiplayer API dot object configuration remove to notify despawns in a similar way. Method called on all peers when for every custom spawn request by the authority was receive the data. Spawn maximum nodes that is allowed to be spawned by the spawner include both spawnable scenes and custom spawns. Add the scene path to spawnable scenes, making it automatically replicate from the multiplayer authority to other peers when added as children of the node pointed by spawn path. I just have to say pass here for now. Okay, but this I already... Godot engine. Test game server. Oh no, I need test game. Godot engine, test game. Wait, where's my OBS here? Okay. So when I start this one, I have twice host and join. Okay, I get it. I think. For the multiplayer spawner, have to think. Multiplayer spawner. Element 0 is player TSCN. Okay, I'll go back to my server. So here, this test message, this will be called when a player spawn. So this I'll not call test message, this I'll call spawn player. The player scene I have to store on server side then. Okay, I have to copy this one. We'll go to the server. I think I get it now. We don't need all of this, we only need this now. So, if multiplayer is server, so multiplayer, stop this. We will change it, change type to node 2D, extends node 2D. Hi, hello Vopi, how are you doing? RPC any peer spawn player. Then we will say this test resource scene acts like a player. So we have to add it here. And then we need to just need to go to the other scene right now. Test game. Let's see what I did here. At least for the join button. Create client. Peer.create client. Okay, this I actually did before. So multiplayer.multiplayer peer is peer. Okay, maybe I do not need to do anything anymore. Wrong game. Server is started. Client. Successfully connected. Oh, this is spawn player now. So we'll go to the server now. Server, remote. Start the server. Start the client. This is the client. Okay, I missed something. I'm missing something. On connect first, create client. Here I set the peer. Here I add these two functions, which actually not that necessary. Just for printing stuff. And after that I call this function. This one. Server doesn't print anything anymore. No, this is the client. This is the server and it doesn't print anything anymore. Character, body 2D, collision shape, square, and this will be the sprite. Save. Logged in with user. Okay. Hello here. Hello. How are you doing? So now I need to know where's the difference between this test game and the other test game. I mean, in the first test game on this one, the server and the client are created somehow in the same way. Good, good. Guess who aced the language test today? Aced? Cook? So you did it. Congratulations. So now you are a native Polish speaker. On a native level. Why on join pressed? It will also add a player. This I didn't get at the moment. This is the client, this is the server, test, script, this starts. If you say so, I can say thank you and hello, and I do not speak Polish in Polish. Yeah, that's enough. Somehow I know that from someone. At least for me, it's a bit better. Because I live here already for a while and I do not speak proper. I do not speak this language. Be right back for some people. How are you doing? Beside your past test. Wrong. Server. And client. I mean, it's calling this function, yeah? What if I say variable new player equals log in logged in player equals test resource scene, this one, dot instantiate. Then I will say logged in player dot name equals ID. Great, I found a new restaurant near my place today. Gave it a try and it was good. Nice, this is a good feeling. What type of food? So we'll run the server. Here's a player. The only difference is that this window is not changing to the player for some reason. So I do something wrong. But I didn't see it. So in the ready function, I got a chance to talk in my mother tongue after days. After days or after weeks? After years. My country's food. Nice. Found a good Vietnamese after days. At least I speak my mother tongue language every day. But like 10%. Today I do decent progress again. It's always be the same. When I learn something new, the progress is very small. I set the multiplayer authority. I need to print this. Print testing. Start. Okay, 4 hours. What do I know to get node not found main multiplayer spawner? Parameter node is null. Spawner is null. Okay, somehow it tries to connect, huh? Is the document thing entirely complicated? If you know the document thing in Germany, it's very complicated. But when you are here, it's very, very, very complicated. When I need one thing, I have to drive to 10 different houses to get some. Not 10, but to like 3 different government houses. To there I got a certificate for health, there I got a certificate for residence, there I got a certificate for whatever, and it's very complicated. Yeah, here. Firstly I have to go to 3 other destinations before I'll go there, where I need to bring all the papers I'm collecting from all over the city. I bring them there where I need to, for example, renew my driving license. I need like 10 different papers and I have to take pictures there and there. And it's very time consumption. Random guy on the net. Multiplayer work. Half. Right now. I just don't get it work. Because here I have the server. This one is the server. And for usual, the clients will spawn here when they are successfully logged into the server. My problem right now is that I do not have the server and the clients set it in the same game. So somehow in the client side, when I try to connect to the server, hello Kyla, welcome. Somehow when I press connect, it told me it can't find the multiplayer spawner because it only searching for it in this scene tree, but not in the scene tree of the of the current server. This is what I don't get. Server start. Testing. Okay, the player is spawning. It already set the owner. It sets the owner, the authority owner, to the client. The problem is the client is not changing to this scene because here I got this error, and this error I need to solve now. So, get node not found. I mean, the thing is, I know what this error means, but I do not know how to solve it. Multi-layer spawner. Layered multiplayer spawners cause get node not found error. Don't use get node for multiplayer spawn items, or at least check it get node is null. Or use a multiplayer spawner to assign a node that is used. I think I should add my scene tree to clarify some things. I'm not accessing anything from the spawned item programmatically right now. Just want to sync the normal properties it has with the multiplayer sync node. Errors late joining clients receive. That is a client tree. Why he building the spawner into the client tree? Your command says scene tree of host, but anyways, the trees of host and client need to be the same form wherever the trees of host and clients need to be the same form wherever the multiplayer API resides, which if you are doing a typical setup, it's at the scene root. So does the client and host both have a multiplayer / level / main game / container? When you add the nodes, only the host adds them and are replicated via the spawners on the clients, and you use the readable names at child parameters on the host every time a node is added. Lastly, the multiplayer spawner had the complete spawn list of all the scenes that will spawn under its watch. It's a scene tree of the client, not the host. It's exactly the same and exactly how you described. The setup is correctly, or else it wouldn't work whenever it do at something while a client is connected. The problem only occurs for late joiners. Pretty confident myself, and I have worked all these kinds of issues out, and I can join a client at a time. Could it be you are modifying replication conflicts? I'm changing the name to add a note to the scenes. Well, so does this mean it seems like no, that would be a bit weird. Instantiated scene is out of bounds. At least another error. But it shouldn't be. Okay, I wonder if it's related to when the authority is set or how. That's what I suspect, but I don't have many routes left to debug. I thought about adding a timer for the spawner. I'll try to make a custom spawn function. So maybe I'm thinking wrong at the moment. I'll be right back. Afterwards, I will try to add everything, every function to just one game node. The one I will set to be the host and the other I will set to be, or at least I'll add the server and the player on the same game. I'll be right back. Right back. Huh? Olga, really is a pro. All the good luck for you. Have a great evening. Thank you very much, and thank you for following. Have a great evening also. So, so what's the best way to do? So the client and the host, the server, has to be, when I understand it right, has to be an exact copy of each other. That means my... Wait, let me test something. Change type, node 2D, script. It's similar, but the spawner does not have the same scene. I'm going to my downloads where I have the server somewhere. This is the client, this is the server. And from the server, right from the server, we will... Okay, to make it a bit simpler, we have this client here. We'll save this. I'll go here to my server. Go backwards to my client. I need the main TSCN and the main GD. That's all what I need from this project. I'll copy it over to here. Oh, wait, I need to rename them beforehand. Downloads. Cloud client. Main, this I'll call client main, and also client main. So I'll copy this one, the GD and the TSCN, to server. Import them. Now I have them here in the server. Server. Wrong scene, we need this one. Wrong game. Be right back for some people. So let's go. Now we have. Nope, it's not here. Nope, it's not here. Why is that? Copy. What is this sorting? This sorting is really weird. No. No groups. Oh, so much better. Client main and client TCN is here. Godot engine. Where's this one? Server is in downloads. Cloud server main. Cloud server main. And then this one should be this game here. But I can't find the client things here. Okay. If not, I'll just save this one here again as client main. So we have client main and main. This is the server. This is the client. Here we will change the script. We'll call this one client main. So we have this one, the client. And we have the server. So now we are going to be right back for some people. We'll open this GDScript, copy this, close it, add a new one here, create, paste it, save it. And now what we are gonna do, oh, we need a menu. This we will add very quickly. We need button. We need a V container, VBox container. This will just make expand a child button here. Oh no, I don't need 4 buttons, I need just one. But we need inputs. What was the name? Text line edit? Was it line edit? Yes. Okay. Copy, copy, copy. And here we will say text was it the 192.0. Oh no, 127. This one. Placeholder text is IP address input port input user input and passwords input. So here we say so here we go. And then Text is 9999. Take placeholder. Port. User. And password is password. And also link column secret on save. So we have this one now, which is a very simple version of a bad menu. Button we say connect. So that it looks less weird. We will also put can I move it? Yes. This is kind of the middle. Save. So we'll start this scene here. Why it's not opening up a window? Okay. Whatever, but server is running. But why there's no window open? Godot debug window is not open. Start again. Menu was corrupted. I was able to solve the problem by copying the file text and comparing it to another file. It doesn't open a window before or also. Just need to check the debug settings here. Okay. It's not running a window. Okay. I have to do something. Just set up what I have here in another. Set it up here very quickly. So, we have a 2D scene. We have the multiplayer spawner and this multiplayer spawner. We have a layer scene. This is a character body. We will add a collision shape. We will add a sprite 2D. We will also add this as a sprite. We will add a square as the shape. We will save this as player scene. So we have this. We add the script to the player. This script will be this script. Nope. This script. Save. So we have the player scene, and now the multiplayer spawner will be Node2D. This we will call server main, and this is server main auto spawn list enabled. Then we say player can be auto spawn. Save server main scene. At the server main scene, we add the script server main, and we add this script, copy, paste, and we need another scene. This is also the same thing like here, but my Node2D. This copy, paste, script. This we will call client main. Here we will say actually the same. Client main auto spawn list player. Save it as client main. Also we need to add the script here. A script create. We will copy this script. Paste it here. So we have all set dot every data what we have here we have there too, except a global data. This will set also up even we don't need it yet. File, new script, global data, and it inherits from node. Okay, create. We'll store nothing here yet. We just say project settings, auto load. Global data, this one's at, it's enabled closed. So now we have an exact copy of this game. Hopefully it will open Windows. Not Windows. It will open the client and the server. So that we can open the server and the client. We will add them as a child. This one is a player.tscn instantiate. Save. So this is the server side. When I open a window, select server, open. So we have this. Nothing is visible here. So we just set it up. I need another world scene. Does it make sense? A child. How I can open up? Can I open up this one? This scene? This is the client. Then I say, I also want to start the game. No, I can't. The client and the server has kind of different scripts at the moment. This I want to keep. But how I can open up a server window and a client window at the same time? Okay. Godot, run 2 different scenes at once. Some time ago I asked about the runners. I didn't get any answer, but then discovered a scene like headless Godot. Seems like it is possible to do it what I want, but now I think about what the most efficient way. My game will have its world divided into multiple clustered rooms. Think of Castlevania. What I want is to mirror client actions on server so it's easy to check and synchronize them. Since not everything will happen on one scene, but in multiple rooms, I have to instance each room somehow and handle them separately. Now my first idea was to run a Godot server instance for each room on demand. Well, it seems okay. I realized that each instance will load all resources into memory, Blah 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 blah. So is it possible? I tried adding seeds directly to root, but it still stacks them on top of each other. Seems like you just need to add the viewport and provide it with the new world 2D. What? Viewport.h had game instance, but you don't talk about game instance before. Doesn't make sense here. Sounds like a response from a AI. The feature that allows you to render and run two scenes at once. Look into sub-viewports. Rendering. There's nothing talking about sub-viewports. Godot sub-viewport. Sub-viewport is either a region of a scene to be displayed independently. This can be used, for example, to display UI in 3D space. Nope, that's not what I need. Okay, another way. I'll add just a button here where I can switch between the client and server. So I'll add a button here, and this button I have to set in ready. Ready, I will say get a node button dot connect pressed with change scene. Change scene. Get a tree dot change scene to packed, and then I will say client this one. Save. And on client I'll add this what I had before. Line edits. Address input port input. I'll not keep this one, and also a button for now, and this I'll delete, and this button I will oh my friend, what are we doing today? Right now I'm trying to make a player is spawning in the world after the player is logging in from a client and will be spawned at the server. This is actually the plan right now. A user not declared. Okay, this is fine. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. And I Just say pass for now. Save. Also for Discord, client and server, we'll just put them together so it's easier to switch between. Okay. Here we spawn the player. We don't need this print anymore. We don't need this anymore. Save. So this button text is change to client. Save 2D. This button will. This is the client. Child VBox container. We'll put all of this inside so it's a bit sorted. This VBox container to the middle. Here we say 127.0.0.1. This is the IP, and port we will say 9999, and this is the port. We also say alignment center, it looks a bit better. Button will be connect. So we have the client side, edit, just the connect. On connect pressed. Pressed, connected with edit. So it's connected with this function now when we press on this button. And here we will say server button. This will be change to client button. Very simple, just a button to change from the server to client. So when we run the server, we'll see we run the server scene at first, and when we run two instances now, we should run to server. Here we will change to client, and when we click on connect, it's not working because the scene tree is not working. I decided to start is because I want to create my own fuckable AI robot where I could. What? It's a bit weird. Spawn player. If multiplayer is server pass. Here we just have to say VBox container slash and this save start. Huh. I get text on base null instance. VBox container Oh, address. It's double D, and here I wrote it with just one D. Stop, start again. Change to client. Connect. So now we connect to the server, but node not found, client main. Here it is. Huh? Failed to get pass from RPC client man. Why is that? Here's client man. Is 127.0.0.1 wrong? One two seven oh oh one. It's true. The multiplayer instance is already active. Yes. Couldn't create an enet host. Start again. Trying to call an RPC via a multiplayer peer which is not connected. Interesting. Session 1. Couldn't create an enet host. Did you read it? That was my thinking, really. Where I unlock 2 identical emotes. What? And don't tell me you do the random one. I did that. You press. I mean, the chance of 2 different emotes in 1, 2, 3 is 3 the pathways. So how many times you click that? You do random and ha 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 ha. Okay. 3 times and you got 2 different. That's a good quote of 3 different. I could make it the same price. Maybe. 3 identical. Wait, no. What do you mean with 3 identical? Right now you actually have 2 subscription emotes. Now I got nearly all. Hehehe. should keep your points because they're just there for 24 hours, if I understand it right. Wait, huh? I can't. Really, I thought permanent. Should I use 15k? No. Why you used 50? Wait, did it not show what it shows in the description? I don't read the description. These are automatic, created. Channel points, things from Twitch by self. For some reason I don't activate them before. Channel points. Are they permanently? Oh no, 24 hours. That 24 hours. I can't make it permanently. This is created by Twitch. Can't edit it. Random emote. Nope, I can't edit it. They are just temporarily. 15k. How many did you had before? At this point I can't even give you the points. Twitch don't have a function for that. But they are planning to do a function where the streamer can give their viewer 32k. An average viewer will get around 220 points per hour. So you spend more than... Wait. 150 hours? That means 30 days. Every day 5 hours. Straight. A loyal viewer. 32k is still a lot. I should make it somehow that you could have like this sheer 100. Why there's no who had the most points? That would be also nice when you would like when you would have something like tier 1 so. What do you mean you are tier 1? Tier 1? Create server. Turns out a server was created. Returns okay if a server was created. I need to check somehow if there's already server before it will create one. Okay, I'll make it in a different way, so it will be a bit faster. I will add another scene. This will be the world. Wait. Change type. This will be Node2D. This will be the world. Save this scene as world. And here we will add 2 buttons in a VBox container. Button. Duplicate. Make them a bit bigger. Put them to the middle. Change the size. To the middle. Okay, this is fine. Button 1 is start server. Button 2 is start client. So we make it in our own way. So then we will add the script here, which has just the ready function. Here we say get node VBox container button dot connect request and start server and start client button 2. Then we need the functions start server. Here we will say what we had in server main for now. We'll delete this one. Also delete, copy this one and delete this function. Save. Server main. We'll delete this button. World. Here we will say this one and func start client. This one, and here we will say server main. So when we click on the server, we'll start the server, and we click on the client, we'll start the client. And save it. Project settings. Run. Here we will change to world. Close start. So now we have start server. Server is running. Start client. Connect. Bugs. Bugs. Simplified path. Node not found client main. Relative to root. Why is that? Why is that? We need to think. Client, spawn player, RPC ID 1, spawn player, multiplayer peer, get unique ID. Node not found, client main. But why it should? I mean, but why it's not? Why it's not here? Why it matter? Why this matters? Where did I say get node? And a word scene, but it doesn't matter for this one. Server running. Connect button. Oh, this one. But on connect first. Okay. So start it. Server's running. Okay. Okay. Wait. So now player synchronizer inspector character. Okay. Save. Wait. This is the server. If get I hopefully will start the server just once. Oh, I didn't start the server any. Okay, somehow. Um, start server. This will be connected to this one. Why this is not moving here? Hello, Parasia. Welcome. Is it worse to learn GDScript? I mean, can I find indie game studios using Godot and GDScript? Abo, I'm not sure about that actually, as I do not searching for a job in an indie game studio, but probably there will be some, but maybe a bit harder to find as if you learn C# or C++. I think C# and C++ is by far more companies would like to have people know C# or C++, and maybe this would be the better choice of language. I just choose GDScript as it started as a hobby, and it's very, very easy to learn. But if you would like to work in a company, I would advise you to learn C# or C++. So you still have the opportunity. And when you learn C# and C++, you can use Godot, you can use, in some ways, you can use Godot, Unity, and Unreal Engine. Don't listen to growth. Why? I'm playing Minecraft with my brother now. Have fun, Abo. Wish you have a lot of fun. Why don't listen to growth? What did I do? Start server. Connect. But why it's not synchronizing? Why it's not synchronizing? I'm right back. Player. This one. Multiplayer synchronizer. growth is good. See, he says I'm good. I was thinking to switch to him, but he made me get back to Godot. I bring people to use Godot instead of Unity. But you also can use Godot with C# and C++. Some people say that it's has a bit better performance also. But this is what I was reading in one website, so I'm not sure about this information, as both will work very well on Godot. But for C# and C++, you will have less tutorials out there. But then you still have the opportunity to use several game engines. If you, for some reason, will not like Godot, you still can change to another one, and you don't need to learn another language. So go for it. What I do differently here? Child synchronizer. Okay. Start. GDScript is not bad, and I think learning GDScript is like learning Python because they are very similar. Yes, they are very, very similar. Start server here and connect here. Start server here and connect server here. It's for some reason not synchronizing. Sync, get replication, config, ptr has authority, sync is true. Try master build. Wait. I think I know the problem. It's right. Server main. It's multiplayer spawn. And we will say player synchronizer, character body, just this. Start client. Oh no. Start server, it's running. Start server connect. And it's working now. So it's working now. Is this a new emote? Yes, this is a new emote. And also this one, and this one. But right now just available for subs because I'm limited to 5. I want you to search for a game called Road to Vostok and see the graphics because it is made in Godot. Road to Vostok. Graphics are very nice. I mean, it's not the genre I would like to play, but the graphics are very nice. This is made in Godot, nice. Can I make a game like Lethal Company in Godot? Lethal Company. I mean, you could make any type of game in Godot, but I can't tell you much about 3D. Graphics are better than the graphics of some games made with Unity. Yeah, actually the graphics are very nice of the games, of the game you showed me. And yeah, I can't tell you much about the 3D side of Godot, but I hear it's good. I mean, as you can see, if this is made in Godot, it's very nice. I mean, very nice. Developer of this game was using Unity at first, but he switched to Godot. But I think the switch was because of the drama a half year ago, or maybe like 8 months ago now. But that was the point where many people switch. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I would be very upset if it would a little bit break too. If you come to create a game in Unity, you are almost at the release date, and then they just publish news like this. Razia, if you did you just resub? I didn't see. But if yes, thank you very much. Just see now that you use the emote, or you use the emote like he do. I'm very excited to play your game. Yeah, me also. That's why I'm creating it. And I would really like to get this run with the multiplayer function so everyone can play together. Will you add multiplayer to your game? Yes, Pyrazia, that's why I'm doing this thing here. And yeah, right now I know how to build up a server, start the server, and connect to the server, and synchronize the server data with the player data at the moment. That is what I'm studying kind of right now. Saw the tutorials. I saw a lot of tutorials, but I do not know from which YouTuber actually. Could be the Game Development Center. But there are... I also know how to host this server on Amazon already. So I can synchronize it from client to an Amazon server. And that's it at the moment. And right now I'm able to have this one. I can spawn players. This is very good. From multiple clients. If I say debug, run multiple instances for example, start, I have 4 games. 4. So this one will start as a server. So the server start. This one will start to connect a player. This one will start to connect as a player, and this one will start to connect as a player. So when we move here, in every scenes, it will have 1 player. So that's the current status. It seems like the game what I've created before. The only difference is that this I do kind of by myself, so I understand the code behind. And I'm also able to make a difference between the server part and the player part, which I don't had before. Before I had like the same things for the player and for the server. So tomorrow I will start to create this player. I mean, I try to save the player data and load it by the login of the player. So the ID which I check at the start will not be some random player ID. This I will add, so the server will not have any problems. But I will make it up to the player name. So it will search in the database somehow for the player name, and then when I log in it will load the data, and this is what I will do tomorrow. I'll try to do it on my current game, a copy of my current game status. So probably tomorrow you will see how I will run multiple games of growth and have multiple player in one world, hopefully. But right now I have to go offline as it's already very late here, and I'm really thankful for everyone who is joining me. and hopefully see you tomorrow again. I'll be here right at the same time, maybe a bit earlier, but until the same time. Thanks for joining and have a great evening or great day or great night. See you again. Good night.